Hello and welcome to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. You're watching our coverage of the Bankers versus Broncos, and we're going into our game 4 of the day, the last one we have coming out for today. And so far, the Bankers are coming out ahead. They're winning 2-1. They're feeling good. They came out with a dominant victory over Rocket League, and I'm of course your host, Alex Not Koba Moore, and joining me is going to be Colin Rise McJunkin. So, Colin, I have to ask. How did Rocket League go? How do you feel about the team's performance there?
If you're watching, we will say that it was a very dominant performance. First game was an absolute blowout. We all kind of agree on that. But I think if my teammates were here, they would also agree that we were kind of sensing it out. We were kind of getting a feel. And then second game was a little better for us. Okay. And then third game, I think if we had a second shot, I think we could prove things different.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we'll have to see where it decides to go. I mean, maybe we'll get a rematch, but it'll be interesting seeing Hat Trick sticking around because Hat Trick played in that Rocket League series, and now we're going back and bringing him into Call of Duty. And I think he's a bit more comfortable in Call of Duty. He's been on the Boise State club team, and of course, we see ICCU celebrating in the back, getting themselves ready. They're excited, and really Call of Duty is what they're known for. I mean, sure, they're an incredible bank in Boise, Idaho, but Call of Duty is their bread and butter, and I'm just excited to see what they're going to bring out here. So we're going into it a little unsure of what both teams are going to bring. These teams have met each other multiple times, and so what are you expecting to see as they kind of roll things out here, Colin?
Well, like we said with Patrick returning to the Call of Duty team, he was also one of the players that was on the Call of Duty team last time. And in comms with him during Rocket League before the match, he stated that they had a very solid team. They came out on top, but I think more than everything, if that Rocket League match didn't shock him, I think one thing he's probably telling him is, hey, let's go 100%, guns blazing out the start.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll have to see what they decide to bring out. Of course, we're getting ready with Doc's keys to the game in Vanguard. It's know your call-outs. Got to make sure you know where your opponents are and give your teammates quick information. Got to start fast on easy prey. Got to catch out those people who are caught out of position. You got to use your tacticals, make sure they're getting value with them and able to capitalize on them. And then, of course, never take a fair fight because that just sets you up for victory and makes sure you're going to find yourself in that W for this last game of the night. Of course, Doc's Keys to the Game are brought to you by Drop-In Gaming. Drop-In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition, play your favorite games to win, cash prizes, and free paid entry to matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming is your right games competition for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. All right, we're kind of getting ready into this. So, of course, we're following CDL rules. We're going to start with hardpoint, and we're going to Gavato. Never know the correct pronunciation, but it's just going to be interesting to see what they decide to bring out here. Hardpoint, of course, changing the locations. We'll have to see really where it rotates and what side really is able to capitalize on that first hill and really just dictate the pace of the game.
Yeah, kind of moving around that ship is also a big thing that you're going to notice around that map. That left side, massive, I would imagine a container ship, a shipping cargo ship, I would say. And then you also have that right side hill that you're talking about. And also, just out of the gate, it's a very small map, I would say. So we're probably going to see a lot of fast movement and probably a lot of even faster guns. Yeah,
we'll have to see what they bring out. Of course, CDL rules do limit your choices of weapons. I think almost all the snipers are considered blocked for CDL. I might be wrong. Might be one or two. Don't entirely remember. But we'll have to see what they do because that's one of the things ICCU was best known for was really some of their quick scopes we saw coming out from Spades. Well, I'm curious to see what the lineup is for ICCU because we'll have to see. And it looks like we're getting ready for it. So this is the final game for the match of Boise State versus ICCU, the Bankers versus the Broncos, and we're just ready to hop into it and see what these teams really bring to the table.
Would you say Spades is probably the one where if you saw Spades in the match, you'd be a little worried, or?
He's definitely scary, but he's definitely not the only member. He's got a whole team that kind of really helps back him and brings him into it. And here we go. We're starting up in just a few seconds here. Have to see which side we're watching. Okay, we've got looks like we accidentally flipped around our things. We've got ICCU on the right side. So we've got Sebi, Pickle Fork, Frisky, and Jumping Armadillo. Meanwhile, Boise State on the left as Production, which is going to be Brenner Bear, excuse me. Not Koba, who's nerdy. Oh, 2 quick kills coming out, and Frisky and Pickle Fork actually get a third as well. As ICCU just commands the start of this hill.
Yeah, they were not expecting that, that person to be on the left side, and they automatically are taking control. It's now up to sort of Boise State to use their util that's coming out here and take control.
Yeah, we see Nerdy going to take the drop shot, but not quite able to finish them out. We see Sebi going to take him out. And Sebi's going to get a second one as well, finding Brenner Bear. And they're just racking up points. Fish is going to take out Fickle. Hat-Trick's going to take out Armadillo. And Frisky as well for a double. And this is Boise State's chance to really control this hill, get some time on the clock, and at least grab these last 10 seconds before the hill starts moving over to that ship.
That was a big change of ship pace out there for Boise State. Getting those 4-piece, getting that team wipe was big. And as the hill changes, we see everybody start to shift positions here. Oh, we are going to see Frisky get a kill on the production, which is Nerdy.
Brenner Bear.
Brenner Bear, correct.
Yeah, and we see Pickle Fork picking up 2 more as well. They're getting some more time. They've kind of just got free reign as Boise's waiting for a few of their players to respawn so they can really contest this well. So they do finally have 4 men up, but just immediately taking down as Pickle Fork and Frisky are both going to find eliminations. Pickle Fork finds another one. That's going to be essentially a full ace for ICCU coming out. And they're just stacking up time up here as we see Armadillos really just holding down this backside, really watching for any flanks or any kind of sneaky plays Boise looks for. And he's going to find Nerdy, but gets taken out as well after the fact.
They're holding their map positioning and control very well. They're, I don't know if you can hear it, but they're making call-outs in the back to what they're holding. And we don't see Boise State making quite a push. They should be on the hill, but so far they're just getting racked up in the kill feed so far.
Yeah, it looks like Boise even tried to just move to the next hill, try and focus on that one. We see Hat-Trick holding it down. He's picked up 1 elimination, but he's got a few members coming. He has to hold out until his team's really able to reinforce him. He's got Fish on the way. They're really all just running towards him. They're going to find Sebi as well. So this is an opportunity to really take things back. They're going to hold it down. As we see Frisky's coming around the side, but it's going to be taken out by Brenner. And Boise's, actually 3 straight eliminations coming out for ICCU. All that's left is Nerdy Bird, and Nerdy's not going to be long for this world as they get taken out. And Boise's just kind of at a full reset now.
They might want to, how would a flank work out here? That's my,
It's going to be hard because we've seen earlier Armadillo was just holding that flank down. He was keeping his eyes open, making sure that there weren't any sneaky opportunities. But Boise definitely needs to find out some change that they can look for here. We'll have to see how they decide to bring it out, but they're just kind of mowing down Boise right now. We'll see Fish find 1 on the return, but there's, as we see the hard point moving, there's 2 members of ICCU already on that side of the map. Fish is making his way, but it gets caught out in the back from Sebi. It looks like Hat-Trick is going to find 1. He might be running into the Sebi. We'll have to see who's going to be able to take this side out because whoever really controls the beach does have that flank option. Sebi's going to lock it down, make sure Hat-Trick is denied on that flank.
Got to be aware of Fish, though. Eyes on the flank is going to get it Sebi, but not after being taken out by Nerdy. And now they have a little bit of map control here. In my opinion, from what I've seen so far, however, the Frisky's going to get Nerdy back on that flank. BSU is most accomplished when they're playing together and make a push with all their available util.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely just almost been caught in the spawn trap where they just 2 are alive and the other 2 are spawning, and then the 2 that are alive get taken out, and they're just kind of trickling in. I'd really like to see Boise just kind of take their time and really reset here. As we see Armadillo takes out Hat-Trick. Fish is going to take out Pickle Fork, though. There is a 3v2 right now. Boise has the advantage. They're going to find 1 as well, but the ICCU just brings it back, finds 2 more, finds a 3rd as well, as Armadillo takes out another one. And we're moving to the new point as well. There's already a member there. So the fact that ICCU could control that point at the very end with not even their whole team there, as they're already rotating to the new location.
Jumping Armadillo is just holding back all of Boise State here. Holding the flank is going to get another one, but now we're taken up by Fish.
They were able to trade it out, but they've got both teams have the spawns right on each other, so they're sticking together. Pickle Fork's going to find Fish out. Sebi's going to find Brenner Bear. Hat-Trick does find 1 to return it, but they're still down 1, down 2 now, and this is going to be really hard to really push into it. I really think they need to try and almost push from the left side, not even just as a flank, but just to stop those spawns from being right next to the point, because it's so hard to push into the point when as soon as you take someone out, 3 seconds later they're coming back.
Hat-Trick has got a 3-piece so far, so that may swing the favors in their opposition, but the opposition is going to hold it. ICCU still holds on to it. See Brenner getting a sneaky little flank, misses the shots, is going to get it, though, onto Pickle Fork. And here we just see some spread out fighting happening all along.
Yeah, I mean, this timer is just such an advantage for ICCU. It's going to be so hard to see them climb back from this, although they're already down 130 points. But it looks like the hill has moved over to this side. This one does offer a few more options of where you can enter from. There's kind of 4 different locations. So we'll have to see if that gives Boise an advantage to really find a different entry point. And meanwhile, I see Pickle Fork really just holding down this backside here, looking for anyone coming down that long hallway. And we see Nerdy making their way up. We do see a few Boise members down up side there, and we see one ICU member, but they just get melted. All 4 Boise members going down in succession, and with only 45 points left for the victory, it's not looking good for Boise State.
They are playing in a very disadvantageous position, I believe, here. As Nerdy does get site control, or King of the Hill control gets taken out very quickly. Sebby might get on production, might be alarmed. This is going to take control, though.
Time's counting down for Boise. It's now 29 seconds till the end of this game. Boise does get a nice rotation in here. They're able to get a few. But the new point comes in. There's already 3 members of of ICCU on top of it, and they're just holding down the fort. Hatrick's going to pick up 2, though, and this might be their opportunity. Fish is going to find out Frisky as well. Keep that action going. Picklefork's going to bring it back, but Boise really needs to hold on to this point, and they need to make a statement right here. But it's so hard when 3 members fall back-to-back like that. Make it a 4th as well, as Brett's the last one trying to trickle in, but he's in a 1v3 situation at this point, and he's going to get taken down. Fish is going to find Armadillo, but there's only 20 points left in this game, and it's not looking good.
Yeah, with so close to time, I think it's almost better for Boise State to kind of, they'll try the hardest here, but almost just kind of relax here and just move on to the next one. Is the best of 5, but we already have control. And the Boise State holding a lot of map control. They might, however, the Pickle Fork's going to pick up 2, though. This could look detrimental to Boise State's option to hold out here.
Yeah, we've kind of got Nerdy. Really needs to win this fight. They're able to take out Sebi, and they're really making their push, but there's only 5 seconds left. They need to get Pickle Fork off there. He activates his kill streak, but looks like he's going to find 2. He takes out Nerdy and Fish, and that's going to be the end of the game as ICCU takes game 1, and it's going to come out ahead with this advantage with just a dominant performance, 25-60 in this first map.
A little bit of a flashback to the Rocket League, how the first match of Rocket League went down, and I think we can all agree we don't really quite expect ICCU to come out with guns blazing like this, but hopefully second map, Boise State's able to recollect here and move forward.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they decide to bring out. We'll be going to Search and Destroy, which, remember, it was one of ICCU's strongest points. If I remember right, the one map they took against the full Boise State team was in Search and Destroy. And, I mean, I say the one map. That was a close series back and forth the entire way. But that one, Boise came out ahead. But so far, this might be the chance for ICCU to take the lead and take the reins and really just show they're here to play. But I think we're going to throw it to a quick break, so we'll be right back and bring back the action of Search and Destroy.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by. Growing up in Idaho, we have certain rules we live by. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
We're going to build bridges and hospitals in a day. We're going to save families from disaster and feed those left in the cold. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now.
Hello and welcome back to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. We're here for the Bankers versus Broncos showdown match, competition, tournament, whatever you want to call it. But all we know is this is just an incredible back and forth series of just different games coming out between Boise State and Idaho Central Credit Union. And so far, Idaho Central Credit Union's in the lead. They've got the overall day victory lead for 2-1, and they're leading so far in Game 1 of Call of Duty. Of course, I'm your host, Alex Snotkoba Moore, and joining me is Colin Rise McJunkin. So, Colin, we saw a solid match for ICCU in that first game. They come out gun swinging, but now that Boise State has picked Tustin, what are you expecting to see here? What do you want to see Boise really change to make things work and kind of find that evening game?
With their map pick and what I'm assuming is going to be search and destroy, probably a little more individual play, but the fact they chose this map probably means that they know this map the best or that they feel the most confident on it. And I'm really looking forward to, especially in search and destroy, is a kind of team positioning to be able to trade each other out or at least have some strong individual play.
Yeah, it's true. I feel like this is going to come down to a lot more teamwork of just keeping track of where others are and really knowing how you want to push into these different locations. Of course, we're going to be swapping back and forth between offense and defense between the two teams, so we'll have to see which team starts on which side. But we've seen a lot of really close games. I know during the giving games, we saw Boise State play against one of the ICCU teams, and it came down to the last round. It was 5-5, and Boise State came short. But we're going to be getting ready to go into it. We'll have to see if we're able to bring this game tying back of the Broncos versus the Bankers. We're going into Tuscan for search and destroy, and here it is. We're loading into game as players get ready, show off all their fancy skins and watches. And we're ready for the game.
I feel Search and Destroy, we mentioned this earlier with callouts. I feel Search and Destroy is the one game mode that, you know, we played like King of the Hill and Site Control last map. But I feel like callouts don't really affect you, but I feel like in Search and Destroy, giving a good callout can make or break a game.
Yeah, and you only got that one life per round, so we'll have to see how they decide to bring it out. Of course, we see Boise State is on the attacking side this time. They're going to take the bomb over towards A. Picklefork's going to find Hat-Trick at the start. Armadillo finds Brenner, and Pickle's going to find Nerdy, so all that's left is Fish in a 1v4 situation 30 seconds into the round.
Definitely, hopefully, next round we don't go charging into mid like that with no knowledge of where the enemy is, and right there, we're going to have Fish run into Picklefork.
What a start from ICCU. I mean, they dominated game 1, and they're just rolling into it, keeping that going. As we see this final elimination on Fish, there's not much Fish could do, but Picklefork got 3 of the eliminations in that round, working towards kill streaks, and just can be so deadly and almost win you an entire round if you're able to unlock them in Search and Destroy.
Picklefork definitely knew that Fish was going through that door, sitting there very confidently. It's just we need to see how Boise State comes out and responds.
Yeah, we see a similar strategy coming out for ICCU. They're going towards A as well, but they're going to go on the outside edge rather than through the middle. We see Hat-Trick's going to find Sebi, so there's this nice little advantage for Boise State, but the plant's coming out. They're going to put Boise on the clock. Picklefork going to find out Fish. We're in a 3v3 situation with ICCU already having planted the bomb. We see not Koba, or Nerdy, excuse me, looking for one, but he's going to not check the corners. He's going to be taken out by Picklefork, but it looks like Brenner's going to find the return elimination as well. And we're in 2v2. Oh, Frisky's going to find Brenner, and it's all down to Hat-Trick. He's going to might find Frisky as he's got his back turned, but now they know where the others are. Weapons usually able to take this gunfight. He's going to take the chance to reload. He's going to run towards the bomb. He's running out of time, though. He really needs to find this elimination, and Hat-Trick finds it. He gets 3 eliminations on that round, almost trying to show himself off for Armadillo, like, you do 3 eliminations, I can do it too, and gets the defusal, and Boise State takes the rounds back to 1-1.
A very clutch round coming out from there from Hat-Trick. Trading. I mean, that was a trade near every kill was just traded out until we got a 2v1 situation, and Hat-Trick really came out with all the confidence in the world and just exactly like I said, showed ICCU, hey, I can do it too.
Yeah, so far both times the defense have won, so we'll have to see if any of these offenses are going to be able to kind of take things into their own control and really dictate the pace of this game. Looks like Boise's going to mix it up a little bit. They're not quite grouping up right off the start so much. And Pickle Fork's going to find Brenner, though, and he's just running through the map. I mean, we see him almost flanking Boise right now, as he might be able to find Hat-Trick right here. Or there it is, and they find Fish as well, and I mean just 3 straight in a row. ICCU, I mean when ICCU was on, they're just dominating these games, but the Boise State victories are so close. But once again, the defense team pulls it out, and Frisky gets 3 eliminations of his own.
That flank was big, and I think Pickle Fork's streak should be to an end now and reset only to 2 kills, but if Pickle Fork stays on it, like you said, those streaks are so big and can win you a round single-handedly. But Boise seems to do better on that defensive side, so we'll see how they respond here.
Yeah, so far it seems like both of these teams on offense just haven't really found something that works. We see shots going out to Fish, but he's going to survive. He'll be able to back up a little bit, regain a little bit of his health. But Pickle Fork's going to find Fish, but Nerdy is going to take him out. And look at this, we have Brenner on the full side of the map covering down B, but they get the plant down on A. We see a fight coming out, and Armadillo's going to take Nerdy out. So we're in a 3v2 situation. We do see Brenner's looking for this flank almost. He's kind of rolling around this outside edge. As we see Hat-Trick's going to get the shots on Sebi, was not going to be able to finish him off. And Brenner's going to be taken out as well. Just wasn't quite able to clear the corner, and ICCU gets the first offensive win. Or no, excuse me, that was defensive win. But they're just going to kind of cement this lead 3-1, and it's just looking good for ICCU.
They are firing on all cylinders right now. Every possible thing that could be working out with them. Map control, map knowledge, they are doing it all excellent. And when they attack fast.
Yeah, they're just hitting these sites incredibly hard. But of course, this is still Boise State's got every opportunity. It's not like Valorant. It's not like League of Legends. Every round is the exact same. It's only momentum and your own willpower changing how you play these different rounds and different strategies. And just like that, Hat-Trick finds Armadillo, but Pickle Fork's going to bring it back and find Fish and Brenner Bear as well. They're just going to take the numbers advantage, 3-2. Pickle Fork finds Nerdy as well, and Hat-Trick is the last member surviving in a 1v3 situation. We do
Some
see
do it
Frisky's
in a
looking for
1v2.
him.
Oh. Was not going to be able to get it. Was not able to replicate the 1v2 situation there.
Yeah, and ICCU takes that 4th round as well. They were just both able to push from both sides. Pickle Fork's looking at 11-2 so far, only losing that 1 round and then 1 other time. And ever since then, he's just been surviving the other 4 rounds. And Boise needs to find out something. They're on defense. This is their stronger side. So I have to see them come out with a good strategy, maybe look for a pick early on. But really the big thing is when they get that pick, they can't get caught out right afterwards. Want to see them be a little more controlled, a little more... we see a team kill coming out. Armadillo takes out Pickle Fork. Frisky does take out Nerdy, so it still is a 3-3. But what was that?
Hat-Trick getting caught right out in the open here. Bomb has not been planted yet. And we're in a 2v3 situation. But Brenner's going to get caught on the open as well. And now it's up to Fish, who has a flank.
It's going to find out Sebi is but going to be taken down by Armadillo.
That was a closer round. Boise State is definitely getting there. But as we're leading down to the very last round, Boise State's got to come up with something quickly here.
It was closer, but ICCU did take out one of their own. So
yes,
that's a little difficult. But we're going to match point. Boise's final stand here. Only 1 more to go for ICCU, so we need to see something come out for Boise State, and they're on offense. It's going to be a challenge. I feel like we've seen a lot of fights going for A, so I'd like to see Boise try and go for B because both teams are really just cementing down this A hold. We see Sebi's going to look for mid, but no one's going to be caught out there. Hat-Trick's looking down the lane. He's going to find Armadillo. I think a few shots come out, but neither side is going to be taken down. We do see Sebi coming through. Was kind of towards Brenner. Actually, we see Nerdy looking on the outside, just quite isn't able to find him. Gets a few shots onto Sebi, but definitely have a slower round coming out here.
All right, we're most definitely slow around and not a single pick coming out yet. And we have 3 members of Boise State pushed up very far into map control, and Hat-Trick's going to get the first pick of the game. Bomb is not down yet, though, with 50 seconds left in the round.
We see 2 members real close as Fish and Pick and Fork are just right on top of each other. Sebi's going to find Renner. Oh, we're going to find 2 as well as Nerdy takes out Sebi and Fish is going to take out Pick and Fork. And all that's left is Armadillo in a 3v1 situation. And there it is. Brenner Bear is going to take him out. Boise State get to second round and are staying alive in this series.
That is very big. They have to claw back round by round now. They're in match point. They need to get it to 5 to stand any bit of chance, so they got to play these rounds as meticulously as they can.
I mean, I really liked what they did, slowing it down right there. It seems to just do so much better. Boise was really able to dictate the pace of the rounds and just kind of take their time and find their eliminations, and I'd love to see them do that again here. They are on defense, so it's a little more difficult to slow things down. It's really more on ICCU if they decide to let Boise slow things down. We'll have to see what they do here.
Already here, we might see a pick go out onto Seb. Getting a trade here, though. 3v3 situation here. Fish almost had the flank there, but Pickle Fork's going to get the jumping shot on them, and Seb's going to pick one up
down to
Hat-Trick as well.
He's last alive in a 1v2 situation. He's got to take out Sebi and Pickle Fork. Pickle Fork's going to find the bomb. He's going to might start planning. Actually, no, he's going towards Hat-Trick. He might be able to catch him out here. They're both so close to him, and there it is. Sebi's going to find him. Idaho Central Credit Union is going to take game 2 as a 6-2 series, or excuse me, round differential. And I mean, still an incredibly solid performance from Idaho Central. And now Boise's going to be wondering, what can they do to get back into the series?
They're close. They had the right idea going forward. We saw them slow down the game a little bit. They saw them play their strengths. However, though, quite frankly, I think it's just down to, you know, their movement-wise and realizing that their footsteps have value in this game. They're very loud when running, and I think they're slowing it down that way really put a detriment to ICU, made them antsy and made them make a move.
It's true, and we've seen a lot of really incredible clean slides coming out from ICCU just to make sure they're going through as fast as possible so they're not be able to get caught out. They're showing as little bit of their bodies as possible so they're not really getting shot. So we'll have to see what comes next when we really go into this next mode. But we'll have to throw it to a quick break, so don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back.
Bridges and hospitals in a day. We're going to save families from disaster and feed those left in the cold. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now.
A rogue virus. No jobs. Sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Growing up in Idaho, we have certain rules we live by. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by. Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. You're watching our coverage of the Bankers versus the Broncos coming together and just battling it out to see who's really able to be the stronger team on that. We've got games today and games tomorrow, but so far ICCU is leading the charge. The Bankers are beating up the Broncos, and they're just really taking control so far in this series. They lead the series 2-0, and we'll have to see if Boise's able to kind of find that hidden strength and bring things back. Of course, I'm your host, Alex Not Cobamore. Joining me is Colin Rise McJunkin. And Colin, going to control, little bit of different game mode. Is kind of a combination of the two modes we've seen before. We'll have to see what they decide to bring out here, but kind of what are you expecting to see here? What do you want to see change, and what do you want to see that's working well for Boise?
I think keep the same tempo momentum that we had in Hardpoint at the beginning, but also we have that live limiter. So it's also, like you said, a combination of the two. And I think coming into it a little bit bigger of a plan of, hey, let's all push left, let's all push right. Avoid mid in general. They seem to control, ICCU seems to control mid very well. So we'll see how that further develops once we get in a game.
It's true. We'll have to see what they decide to bring out. Of course, we have the biggest benefit of control is that we're not seeing it in Cold War, because we only saw one map ever in Cold War control, and it was Garrison, and we really got tired of it. So I'm just glad we're on Vanguard. Going to see something different here, and we'll have to see what maps they decide to choose, because they've really got a lot of time to think about it and really make sure they pick the best choice for them. And they need a win here. They need a win and again to keep themselves in this series. So hopefully they pick something that really plays to their strengths and is able to bring things together. Of course, can't forget Doc's keys to the game might be able to help Boise bring this back to a closer series. And in Vanguard, that's to know your callouts, start fast on the easy prey, disorient with tacticals, and never take a fair fight. And of course, Doc's keys to the game are brought to us by Drop-In Gaming. Drop-In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competitive journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. All right, well, we're getting ready to go into this, what could be the last map of the night. This could be the victory for ICCU, or it could be Boise State clawing their way back and staying alive in this series. We'll have to wait and see. I'm so excited to see what they really bring out here. So we'll have to kind of take a look and see what happens.
I think it's very important. I think if the one thing we could take forward with Boise State is perhaps using our tacticals a tad bit more and strategically using them, like kind of throwing them out in a bunch of not being super, ideology with how we approach things, but at least throwing them around to at least confuse enemies and at least trade, I would think.
Yeah, we were seeing a lot of early trades in that search and destroy, where it was 1-for-1 at the start, or maybe even 2-for-2. But really, guess the later it wins, that's really when ICCU was able to cement themselves as the stronger team in that map and just really find the game or the round winning and the game winning eliminations. So we'll have to see Boise be able to either trade throughout the length of a round, not just right at the start, or see them really just find the eliminations themselves and just take the advantage.
I think in that early lead, that 30 life pool will definitely have something to say. about who gets farther off, but it's also something of where you can play passive, I imagine, if you start losing a little more lives, cause ICU to go to you, because that's what we've been doing so far. We've been going to ICU. I think we might want to step it back a little bit, at least on the defense perspective. I understand attacking, you're going to have to change that, but
it's true, and some of these, depending on which map they choose, some of these do allow you to stay a little bit farther back and just kind of watch the site from a distance, try and make sure you're able to not be able to be caught out or not be flanked. And so we'll have to, that's probably what's taking so long, is they're really trying to put all their thought into what map is going to get them the victory against Idaho Central Credit Union. Because so far, their choices haven't worked out, but looks like we're getting ready to go into it. We have the Bankers versus the Broncos, Idaho Central Credit Union versus Boise State. Going into Game 3 of Vanguard, which is match point for Idaho Central. We'll have to see if they're able to bring things out and close it out, or if we'll see Boise come back for the reverse sweep.
as far as I understand, it's a best of 5 in this game mode of itself.
Yes, it is, exactly. So we see Fish kind of taking his time at the start, deciding to stay here, but we're going back to Tuscan here. We'll have to see how they're going to bring things out. We see Boise on the offensive. Fish finally decides he's in the game, might be caught out right at the start, as Frisky finds 2 back-to-back, finds a 3rd as well, and he's just kind of dominating right here, and they're just going to stop that hill take, as now Boise's kind of going to rotate over towards B. Really need to start kind of take some of these eliminations out, as there's a 3-point elimination for Idaho Central so far.
Having that 6 live lead now is very big. We've only taken 2 lives off as Boise State. Maybe recollecting here is pushing as a team, as controlling these sites are also vitally important as well. And there it is, getting a double kill from Fish and Hattrick.
Yeah, I mean, they're just kind of taking points back, and you can never really count any of these teams out. We saw over the weekend in the CCL, one of our former casters is over at Ottawa, and they came back from a 14 live differential in control, and were able to actually win that round and win the series to qualify for the CCL LAN. And so we'll have to see what's really going to bring things forward, is they're going to find 2, and it's within 2 lives here. Boise's taken half of A. They got that first tick, so they can't lose that. But actually, they're going to keep going. Might be able to get the second tick, and they've got the second tick as well. Lurking on the 3rd is ICCU is now trying to push their way, and Fish is actually going to find Pickle Fork on B and start making progress there as well, as we see a strong push coming out from Boise.
Already in the A side is very big. Now all attention is going to now be focused on B, so it's very important in how Boise collapse on this site to really kind of control where ICCU is able to reposition themselves.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, that first site is a little bit easier. There's 2 options you have to try and defend. But so once it comes down to just this one, it's easier to defend. We'll have to see what comes out. We see Fish is going to take out Frisky, as we see Pickle Fork's the last one really on the side, but he's going to find one. Frisky finds another, and Sebi's going to find Brenner as well. And they're just going to commandingly take another 2 lives differential here, as they make it 3 as they find Nerdy as well. And they're just going to kind of hold control of this B site, not letting Boise State step foot in it.
Need to slow it down a bit. You'll understand they have their takes. Ooh, going to be saved a little bit there, but still now at a 5 live differential here. Now make it 6. They really need to slow down here and make sure they secure those lives. And Pickle Fork is just going on an absolute rampage right now, not slowing down at all, and nobody in Boise State seems to be able to contest.
Yeah, and Boise's running out of lives here. They're down to the last 6. Only 2 more people can respawn. Fish finds 1 at the start, but they still got a ways to go to really take this out. Of course, there's only 45 seconds left on the clock as well, as Frisky's going to take out Nerdy. And Picklefork's going to find Fish as well. So these are no more respawns. Hat-trick goes down, so it's down to the final 3 for Boise State. With only 35 seconds, it's not looking good as well. We see Brennerbird's going to find Frisky. That's a start. They're keeping it alive anyway. He's going to duck out of the way. Armadillo's not quite going to find that elimination, as Brenner stays alive, but we're down to the last 20 seconds. They haven't even started the progress on B. There's 3 members of ICCU holding the site down and keeping Boise out of it.
Playing for that lives is probably what they're going for in the first place. They probably said, hey, they already got A. Let's just, and Brennerbeard is going to find jumping, and Fish is going to find a second here on Frisky. They're now starting that control cap point, but they're down to the last line.
Starts again, though. It comes down to Brenner. Last one really on the site, and he's going to be falling down as ICCU takes the first round, gets it through lives, not through points or time, but it was close. And so that was a solid start for ICCU, but definitely not as dominant as the other 2 games felt. So I feel like this might be the chance for Boise State to cement themselves. They're on defense now, a little bit easier for them. What kind of strategy do you think they're going to look for here? Do you think they're going to immediately try and hold both sites, or do you think it's better to really just give up site and focus on B, kind of like what ICCU did in the second half of that round? Anyway?
I think that seems to be the smart one. You know, kind of go for a split kind of default setup here. And already, Hattrick's going to find one going down to 29 lives. And I think, you know, swapping between back and forth, being hybrid here, getting as many lives taken away as you can.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fast tick taken out for ICCU. As they find 3 eliminations back-to-back as well. Picklefork finding 2 of them, and he's just really just cementing himself in this game. Armadillo's going to find Hattrick as well, and they're just getting the second tick as well, taking out 2 more eliminations. I think Boise State just has to give up on A at this point. They're not going to be able to hold it down. They need to make their way over towards B and just go for the full hole. It's like ICCU did last round. And what they're just pushing so fast and so quickly. I mean, it's not looking good for Boise, as ICCU has already found themselves at a 9-point differential for lives. Make that 10. Make it 11 as Fish finally finds one back, but only 3 lives have been lost so far for ICCU.
This is a big out for them. Picklefork, I think, has definitely been a staple in their performance. As I say, that hat trick takes Picklefork down. Getting a double there, also on Jumping Armadillo. They finally take back B control site, but at the cost of nearly almost half their lives.
And I don't know if you saw it, but we saw it for a moment there, Picklefork's KD. He is 22-6 right now. He is just dominating this Boise State team. We do see 2 eliminations coming out for Boise, but they're still down by 10. They're really just keeping it even, not really gaining any of that ground back. But so far, they haven't lost any of their ticks, so it's their chance to really keep things coming. As I see Idaho Central have to keep pushing into this site.
Almost right there. Hattrick might get the bait on. Yep, he's going to get 1. Also, Brenner getting 1. Frisky's going to get it on to Nerdy, though. Nobody's taking B. However, though, down to 10 lives for Boise. ICU still having 18. Most likely, they're going to give up on site control and more or less just go for the team deathmatch here.
Yeah, as long as they don't give up a tick, it's okay. It'll start falling back down as we see another 2 coming out for Boise, and they're really another 3rd as well. It's down to 6 at this point, make it back to 7, but Boise State is making their way back into this game. It's now 8-15. They've kind of find their fitting on this B site. Hattrick's going to find Frisky as well, and Boise's found something that's working, and they just need to keep this going.
Getting the double push onto here is going to get 2, as Brenner's going to get both of them. 7-12 now. They really need to play on their strengths and play around these corners. It seems that ICCU really jumps into a lot of things.
I mean, it was, we see some shots coming out here from Frisky, taking him out. Picklefork's going to find Brenner as well to keep it at that 6 lives differential. And Boise's out of respawns at this point. There's only 3, and once again, Hattrick's the first one to follow that group. Going to fall down as well, and Fish is the final one. Is going to take out Armadillo, but having to fight against 9 people and get the site is just going to be too hard of a hill to climb, unfortunately. But we'll have to see what Fish is going to come out. He does have the skins. He's looking good, and we'll have to see if that's enough to carry him to this victory.
Save the KD. Never mind, just advance it.
He's going to find one, but he's going to fall down afterwards. And ICCU find that second round. And not only is Boise State need to get 3 wins in a row in the series, they need 3 wins to row for this map. And that's a hard sell to go for. And it's looking really strong for Idaho Central so far.
Oh yeah, they've been very dominant in their performance so far in nearly every game we played. Besides Mario Kart, they definitely came out and showed their strengths that not to be trifled with at all. But Boise State, having almost won last time when they were on attack here, I think they have a decent chance to make a comeback here.
Fish finds that first elimination. It's good to see. We see another fight coming around over that A side, and looks like Sevy's going to take out Nerdy and Fish as well, as they just finds 2 back-to-back. And still keeping it even, though, as long as they don't find that full massive deficit as we did see on that last round, I think Boise's definitely playing better together, and we'll have to see if they're able to really bring it forward in this last round, or at least this match point round. Have to see what they decide to bring out.
Fish is barely going to escape with a little bit of HP left. And now all of ICCU focusing all their efforts into stopping the push on the A. It seems Boise is holding out very well, but Jumping Armadillo is going to get the pick on Fish. And Brenner does not see Quincy running behind him. They're going to take back A. But they get it a tick off of it, though.
Yeah, they got one tick, and they're down 5 lives now. It's definitely climbing up there. It's definitely a challenge being down 5 lives, but it's not insurmountable. It falls farther and farther. It's down to 8 now. Ooh. Okay, they do find one. Hattrick is going to take out Armadillo. Sebi's going to find Fish, though. Hattrick might be able to find Prisky here. He does. Might be able to start pushing for another tick, but he wants to look for another elimination first. Production's going to find Pickle Fork, and actually, it looks like Hattrick decided he wanted to go for more eliminations. He didn't want to just sit on site. Hattrick's one of the stronger players. He's got the positive KD, and he really needs to be one of the ones finding things. But 3 eliminations in a row for Idaho Central is just going to kind of shut down that push.
It is not looking good for Boise State so far, down to the last 12 lives, and ICCU having 20. Nerdy's going to find one, but Frisky's going to get a double onto Hattrick and Fish here. The A site seems to be fully controlled here. It might be time to make fake it, and it is going to be time for that, as the majority of Boise State's players are going to push for the B site. There we have Hattrick that's about to get flanked. It's barely away. The flashbang comes out. Might find it. Ooh.
I didn't even notice time limit reached, but that's going to be the victory for Idaho Central. I was so focused on the lives and the site taking, and time just ran out. Boise State did not spend enough time on that point, and Idaho Central is going to win this series 3-0 as they take the victory in Call of Duty Vanguard. And just what an incredible performance coming out from Idaho Central. I mean, lost 2 rounds in Search and Destroy, but other than that, like, they were just a dominating performance and just played incredibly well here.
Yeah, they had a very dominant night here tonight. I think it was very apparent that, like I said before, they're not to be trifled with. They're definitely a strong team. They are not just, the best bank you can go with. They are the best gamers, apparently, to go with.
It's true. I mean, they came out swinging today, and part of this, they're just pushing through. They're just fighting back-to-back, and got 3 of the 4 victories in the games we played today. Of course, we started the day with Fortnite, and they were able to find 2 back-to-back victories in those first 2 rounds, and then find the 3rd as well. And then we did go to Mario Kart. Boise State was bringing it back. We saw a very strong performance come out from Gem Mountain, able to take down Pickle Fork in that one, but then just a dominating performance coming back in Rocket League, and another dominating performance in Call of Duty to take the overall day victory of 3-1. And we've got 3 more games coming out tomorrow, but that's just a strong start on this whole showdown. We're really broadcasting here. And what do you want to see come out for tomorrow? We're going to start off with Smash.
I think we're going to have personally, I don't quite know what for Smash is to come, but I think Halo and League will be very strong in, though. But kind of bringing it back a little bit to Call of Duty, I believe we do have a player game that's going to be selected. Quite honestly, I think it's going to be Pickle Fork.
Yeah, Pickle Fork was showing some domination later in the series, but we saw Armadillo was really the carry early on. So I have to see what it comes out, but the fact it's Tucson makes me think it might be Pickle Fork, and there he is, as he just has dominated his way over Boise State and was really just able to find so many eliminations. I mean, that last round, last time we checked, he was at 22-6, able to find that first round. Is just Fish just charged through the door and just unfortunately going to be taken out. But of course, Idaho Central Credit Union is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union. It believes a great player can make a team more successful, just like Idaho Central is helping members achieve financial success. Pickle Fork is the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. And I mean, just what a performance from Pickle Fork. We saw him just pushing his way. He was really just not just like finding the one, 2. There's times we saw it found 2 and 3 back-to-back eliminations, and was just really just cementing himself as one of the stronger performers in this map for Idaho Central. And I mean, he's definitely well earned the player of the game right there, and just it was an incredible performance.
Not only if you see that player card was a help desk or is a help desk agent, but also helping Idaho Central's team to another victory tonight. So all in all, an overall win for Pickle Fork and for ICCU. Amazing night tonight. I think all the games played were well fought, hard fought, and I think Idaho Central Credit Union deserved all the wins they got.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely saw them play very hard and very strong, and I can't wait to see what they bring out for tomorrow. I think that's going to conclude things for our broadcast today. Thank you so much for watching the Bankers versus Broncos. We saw the Bankers take the lead so far. We've got 3 more games coming to you tomorrow, being Super Smash Brothers, League of Legends, and Halo Infinite, so I can't wait to see those and see how things bring things out. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.
6th place. And no, isn't going to overtake Isabel in time. But 6th place finish, that is the best finish we've seen out of Metal Mario this whole game.
And for a while, they were like, it's one of these guys. Let's get a shot there. Trying to line up the shotgun, but
this is 1v1 now. We missed the other elimination. Okay. This is good stuff.
now this is actually kind of dangerous.
Oh! Gets him right in the back. And there's the final one.
Just going to go for the
Fight right here. Almost gets it. It's gotten rid of all of his shields.
Oh, now they have to fight. They got the storm pressure as well.
And
Finds it.
there it
Slamming money.
Slamming. Sorry, eliminated.
And another one.
Team White.
For Sin, and it almost gets another one off the backboard, but Liquidity is there to actually pick up the hat trick.
That is impressive if you get that animation to go. Liquidity high, Sin unable to dunk, but Liquidity following it up. Takes advantage of that poor placement by the Broncos. 5-0, minute 30.
2v2. Oh, Frisky's gonna find Brenner, and it's all down to hat trick. He's might find Frisky as he's got his back turned, but now they know where the others are. Wex is able to take this gunfight. He's gonna take the chance to reload. He's gonna run towards the bomb. He's running out of time though. He really needs to find this elimination, and hat trick finds it. He gets 3 eliminations on that round. Almost.